Hello, this is Julianne of Leapling Learns, and today I am going to walk you through a few language learning related bullet journal spreads that I made. I'm not going to show you my whole setup. Here's what it might look like, my sketches for it, but I'm not going to show you everything because I simply don't want to do it all at once. So we'll start with a 2-page spread first. This is my mini immersion spread. The other spreads have nothing to do with mini immersion, so if you hate mini immersion, feel free to skip to those chapters to see what else I get up to. If you don't know what mini immersion is, it is an event that I run. It's really just all about creating an at-home immersion language learning retreat for yourself over the course of a 2-day weekend, and we hold these every 2 months. We hold them every other month, maybe I should say. And something that I've found is that they are a really good kind of landmark for reflecting on my progress. Now, you're not going to see typical progress trackers in this video. There's not going to be any of that like bar graph where you fill in like whether you're this far on a line in intermediate or this far. It doesn't make sense to me. So instead I'm creating boxes for each of these mini immersion events. And then I have one in the bottom right hand corner for year-end reflection. So because I like reflecting on my mini immersion weekends so much, I decided I should put them all in one place so I can look back at it all at once. And you'll see I make mine a little bit fancy. You don't have to do this much. I did a little mushroom star leaf theme to literally match my bullet journal cover design. I got my bullet journal from Notebook Therapy. I'll link everything below, as these videos do, but I just wanted to kind of reflect that pattern throughout. You can just drop those boxes. They are not useful or necessary. You can just have 6 boxes and maybe a 7th year-end reflection box and you're good to go. Here I am just choosing random colors. A lot of this is kind of fly by the seat of my pants here. Oh, anytime you see that Crayola marker, be on edge because I do not know how to control that thing. It is not made to draw very specifically, is it? And it kind of makes me feel like we were ripped off as children, like we were set up to fail as far as coloring in the lines. Anyway, so these little boxes here, you color them in if you get a mini immersion bingo. Every mini immersion, we have a bingo card to kind of get you to branch out and try different things in your target language. So if you get a bingo, you get to color it in. Then the rest of that top part of the box, you can just log your activities. Log what books you read, log what shows you watched. If you want, you can add in little notes about words that you learned. It's up to you. And in the bottom part, where I've drawn a little line, I haven't written a word yet. Maybe I'll wait. I feel like it will be so nice to look back on this and be able to see all the different cool activities that I got up to during these weekends and see like, oh, maybe I read something by November that I definitely couldn't have read in January. Maybe it would have been too difficult, but by the end of the year, it doesn't feel as difficult. That's the kind of progress I'm interested in, I guess. So here I am finally writing in the months, and you may be watching this being like, oh, that poor soul, she doesn't realize she's writing all of her months not centered. Actually, I'm leaving space so I can write the dates next to the month. because we don't know what they are ahead of time. I decide what they are, and I don't plan them out too far in advance. And there's my year-end thoughts box. I'm not sure what I'll put there. Hopefully by the end of the year I figure it out. Here we go, the bottom part of these boxes. I wrote surprises. So this is a little reflection area. You could call it reflection. You can call it whatever you want. You can put whatever you want in here. But this is for any surprises I come across as I'm doing mini immersion. And I tend to come across a lot because during mini immersion weekend, I do like to stretch myself to try maybe different kinds of media that I haven't tried before. I'm often surprised by maybe what I find difficult, or surprised by things that are easier than they were last time, things I wouldn't have thought would be easy. Like I remember one time I started reading Attack on Titan, way before I thought I would be ready for it, and it was manageable. So that would be a surprise that I put in there. And here I am just being extra, making some grids. Alright, this is a little bit of a chaotic video. I filmed it over the course of a couple days, and I inexplicably used 3 different cameras while I was filming it, so I hope it's not too jarring. This next spread that I am doing is one that I am most excited about. This is my small language learning moments spread, and I have been wanting to compile these moments that I have somewhere for a long time, so I'm excited to make this page for 2022. Basically, the idea behind this spread is I feel like the moments that matter the most to me they're not big things like passed this test. I mean, that's kind of I just don't take tests, so that doesn't apply to me, I guess. And it's not always the big wins like completing a book or whatever, right? There's sometimes smaller moments that mean more to you. And an example of that might be like I talked about my favorite topic ever with my italki tutor, and I was able to communicate what I meant to say. Like that sort of thing, right? Or like there's a specific grammar thing that I had been struggling with for a while, and then I realize on this day that I'm actually reading this and understanding it when it comes up. So you'll see I have a date column where you can put in the date of your moment, and then I have a moment, big box here. This grid is just decorative. You do not have to do this grid. I just really like grids, I guess. So I skipped over some of the grid drawing. You will just fill in your moment, and I left it open because once you fill it in, you can draw a line underneath it to delineate the moments from each other. We'll see if this is enough room. I don't know. I guess I don't know how often these moments come up because I've never recorded it in this way before. So yeah, anything like completing your first manga, completing your first book, completing a favorite book that you've been wanting to read in your target language for a while, anything like that would go in there, or smaller moments too, where you realize that something's gotten easier for you. This next spread is extremely simple. It takes no effort. I'm just drawing 12 boxes, one for every month. And this spread, I don't know how it's gonna go, but my idea was at the end of every month, I would jot a quick thought down in my target language. Nerve-wracking for me because I'm not comfortable with output, but I just kind of wanted it to be not me writing an essay, not me making a composition of any sort, but just jotting down a thought. And it can be as simple or as complex as I want it to be. But I'm putting them all on one page. That way I can look back easily and see kind of if I'm able to express myself more clearly over time, if my handwriting gets better. We'll see. We'll see how that one goes. And now this spread can be used in your target language or in your native language. I am combining them because lately I'm the queen of starting books, but I'm not the queen of finishing them. This is my reading log. I think I title it Reading Tracker by accident. I meant to call it Reading Log, but I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? So I will be putting all of the books that I complete in this tracker log, whether it's in English or in Japanese or in Spanish. And you'll see my cat Fern there on the right. I like to put my own photos in here sometimes. And I also had a photo that I printed off from Pinterest at the beginning of my journal. I'll link to that artist. But I highly recommend the Free Prints app. That's how I got these photos. You get your first 10 4x6 prints for free. But after that, you get 85 prints a month for free. And you just pay the cost of shipping, which is like $3 if you're not getting too many. So it's a pretty good deal, pretty handy for bullet journaling or scrapbooking. So anyway, as you can see, I didn't plan this one ahead of time. I'm kind of winging it. I feel like you have to embrace your inner bravery a little bit when you're bullet journaling. So I'm just kind of replicating that mushroom pattern from earlier. You can of course do whatever you want. You do not have to make this very complicated. You could just call it done as is. Basically, where it says title and date, you'll put the title of the book. If you can fit it, you can put the author. I don't know if I'll be able to manage. Then the date is intended for the date that you finish the book. Uh-oh. I'm gonna be impatient here. Watch this. Okay, so yep, see, I warned you about that Crayola marker. And oh, yep, I was impatient, did not wait for that text to dry, but here's my trusty white gel pen, and I will just scribble over my errors, and there, good as new. Put your title and date there, and then underneath that, you write your thoughts or favorite quotes for a line or two. And then again, you draw your own line underneath those thoughts, and you would make another title and date colored row. And that's it. This is all that I've done for language learning spreads. I don't feel like anything else would be useful for me personally. Let me know what you thought of these spreads. Let me know if you've made anything like these before or if you intend to try them out. I would love to know what any of you do in your bullet journals. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.